What's up, y'all? It's your girls, KD
and KB,
and you're checking in the Hot Take Hotel,
where the tea is always hot and your bed is always made.
Hope you enjoy your stay. Hey, girl.
How's it going?
Good. You
I'm
look
tired.
You don't look tired, but you do. Like, I like the burgundy and the blue.
I thought
It's giving fall though, but
it is.
It also feels like fall outside.
It's freezing and it's raining, and I feel like every single time we get a little bit of nice weather, and I'm like, oh, let me take a little bit out of like summery things. It gets freezing. It is so cold outside.
I was just gonna say, I feel like because we went to the party last weekend, and I feel like it was like scorching hot. Like we were hot and sweating, and so I definitely thought that like, okay, it's like summertime is here.
No.
We're finna be outside, doing a little barbecuing, some cookouts, like having a good time. And then Mother Nature said, absolutely not. We're actually gonna get cold and raining.
Speaking of last Saturday, had a ball. When I took off that hat off my head,
girl,
oh my God. Oh my God.
So much so that I had to, I'm embraced. Like it had to go. It was like, okay, yeah, we should wrap this up. We should really wrap this up.
I was sweating profusely. Like when we got into the car to go to the second place, I took off my shirt. I was just like shirt. It was so hot last Saturday.
What did you do your hair when you went to the second place?
I left the hat on.
Yeah, surely.
Wait, it was so funny. First of all, I do want to say this. It is so, I think, coming from an older generation of like family growing up, we like got dressed up for church. We got dressed up for a lot of things, right? My generation, we don't get dressed up as much when it comes to like church or like different things like that. Let's put that there, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot what that was like. Oh my God. So we went to a first birthday party / baptism.
I was
dressed to the T.
Oh, they was dressed up.
Girls,
ooh,
we look like two sore thumbs because we had on these cowboy outfits. It was so funny. But they had on their gowns. Like, and I'm not lying to you, I felt half of me was embarrassed that I was wearing a cowboy hat and shorts and things.
At least you showed up.
Exactly. But the other half of me, I was just so proud. I was like, this is beautiful to see people actually like get dressed up and go to church and stuff. I was like, damn, like, put me to shame. But it was fun. I had a good time. It was fun, but it's like, damn, it's hot.
Wait, did they not tell you that there was going to be a dress-up situation?
No, they did not. But we also told them we were going to a birthday party, so I feel like they would have maybe opened it up and said it would have been an
invitation.
No, it just said baptism first birthday party. I guess
was it at church?
No, it was in a hall, like a hall. Yeah, okay. But they went to church and they came to the hall. It was beautiful though. Yeah. Like then it's just too much now. But they had a magician / man doing these things, and this motherfucker man was bringing out real animals. It was so fun. He brought out a hamster. He brought out a rabbit. He had a bird.
I feel like I've seen this on TikTok. Have you been seeing it? I've been seeing mad. This is very random, but I've been seeing mad magicians on TikTok. Like people are booking magicians.
Yes, and it made me think. I guess obviously because I've never had kids. Like I'm like, oh my God, his next birthday party, I need to have a magician. It was so cute. The kids were losing their minds. It was like rabbit. You know my son.
Yes.
It was so cute. But yeah,
was two turns out.
Two. But it was a good weekend. Good week. It's just too rainy. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for it to be hot.
You're going to Houston?
Yeah, I'm excited. We leave Saturday night. Oh, girl, I got another Saturday of plans. Got a gender reveal, and then I'm hopping on a plane to Houston. And just pray for me. Pray for me, everybody. I'm flying out of Newark.
Oh, my goodness. Why?
United. Because the party is in Harlem, and that's the only craziness. The only nighttime flight out of New York City to Houston is at 9:30, and it's only out of Newark. Everywhere else stops at around 5 o'clock. So pray for me.
Yeah,
I know. And with all of this stuff happening with United and stuff.
But you know what? I feel like you are a true New York girl. Like I feel like you have so much energy. Like, my God. I quite literally would never run up and down the way you be running up and down.
I'd be running up and down.
You really be committed to it.
I'd be committed to the life.
I love that for you.
I know.
Absolutely not.
Yes. You do anything fun this weekend?
No, I'm going to be chilling. Long weekend. I got Friday and Monday off from work.
Ooh. So, sleep.
Sleep. Hang out with my man.
Ooh.
Drink some margaritas.
Ooh. Have a spicy margarita for me.
That's it.
I miss you guys. We usually hang out over the weekend, so
yeah.
I miss you. Heart.
I know. I'm going to see what your guys is doing. They might need
some friends.
Some support.
Yeah. Wait. I'm not lying to you. This is the mom and I guess like woman in me. I'm so worried about what they're doing this weekend.
They're gonna have a blast.
I'm making plans for them. I'm like, yo, you could go to the zoo. You could do this. He's like, why you keep giving me suggestions? I'm like, I just want to make sure you guys have fun. Like, I know I'm the fun, so like, just make sure you guys have fun without me.
They will be fine.
They're gonna be totally fine, but that's funny.
They probably just be chilling.
They probably will be watching dinosaur movies as they're doing right now.
Facts.
Because he's a different kid. That's the one. He's a different kid when he's with his dad. When he's with me, he's like,
always.
Oh, and with daddy,
that is very much true. No, I think he be chill with most everybody, but when you come around, that boy be turned up. Like, bouncing off the walls. I'll be like, now,
you wasn't doing that before mommy walked in the door. Crazy little boy. I love my baby. Love you, Tatum.
We love him.
But yeah.
Okay, so
are we checking in?
Is it time to check in? We can check in. Let's check in. Okay, so I am in charge today. I keep saying this, and I said it to you last time. You didn't know. You don't get the reference from Hustle and Flow. I'm in charge.
Oh yeah, now I get it.
I am in charge.
And speaking, I have to watch that again. That's on my to-do list of rewatching it. That movie was really funny.
I've never even seen the whole movie through.
No,
like it's one of those things that was always on BET, and I just seen bits and pieces of it. But I've never seen that whole movie through.
But I'm sure you've seen enough bits and pieces where you've seen the whole movie now.
Happening. Yeah. But I've never sat down and watched it through. Anyway, so I am in charge today of the stories. I'm gonna be honest. It was my first week at work, so I just didn't. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Okay. So I got some stories. I feel like they have a theme, but we do not have a title thus far. So so we'll read the stories, and maybe something somebody says will give us a title. Okay?
Also, too, if not, we call it Untitled.
Okay.
Go ahead. Let's knock this up.
All right. Okay. So the first story is coming from r/relationship_advice. Okay. And the title is it weird that my 32 female husband, 31 male, intentionally pointed out our Ring camera to his female coworker while alone on our porch together? Okay, so here's a T.
Okay. Spiral.
Here's a T. That kind of is actually the theme. Like, should we spiral? Like,
or should we keep it cute?
Like, what should we do? Should we crash out or not? Okay. So, trying to condense this down as much as humanly possible here. We had a small get together this past Saturday evening with several of my husband's coworkers. One of his coworkers is an attractive girl. Let's call her Jess. My husband has a group chat with himself, Jess, and 2 other coworkers that he's close with. I'm 7 months postpartum, and while I've lost some of the baby weight, I still struggle with the body changes having a second child brings. It's also worth mentioning that I have really struggled with Jess and her being good friends with my husband. She is very attractive. Her presence spotlights my insecurities, and even though I've never had a specific reason to not like her, she makes me feel uneasy. I've voiced this unease to my husband.
Okay. I'm spiraling with her.
Fast, get a little tense. Like, ooh. My husband has been very forthcoming about some of the content of their group chat or their conversations from going out to lunch together. He sees this woman every day. She's split from her husband and has been sleeping with multiple men that they work with, some of whom are also married.
Oh, okay.
I've tried to be friendly with her and really try to put my own insecurities aside when dealing with her. I felt as though we were making decent progress up until Saturday. I spent the first 3 hours of our party holding our 7-month-old, and finally he fell asleep. I laid him down in his room and stepped outside to grab a drink from the cooler on our porch. When I opened the front door, I realized that my husband and Jess were sitting alone together on the porch. I clammed up immediately and shut the door and tried to play it off like I was not bothered. They came back in shortly thereafter, and I went back outdoors alone to collect my thoughts. It struck me that I could pull the Ring camera footage, and I opened the app to do so.
Uh-oh, here we go.
My husband walked outside while I was slipping through the Ring cam and became extremely upset with me, stating that what I was doing was unfair and it showed that I did not trust him. And a 20-minute argument ensued.
Okay.
Well, yesterday, I finally watched the Ring camera footage. My husband had stepped outside to vape, and she followed suit. She comes outside, and the motion triggered the camera. She said something small about how she just wanted to come and sit on the porch for a few minutes. And before she could say anything else, he looked at her and says, "Although I don't know how wide the lens reaches, but there are probably just plumes of smoke hitting the camera and the sounds of me coughing." She starts laughing and then looks dead at the camera. Her demeanor shifts dramatically and she doesn't continue talking, or at least not from what the camera picked up. The footage ends and it only resumes when he stands up to go and get a drink, which is where I closed the door, or like when I opened the door.
Because that's the other motion I came through.
Yeah.
All right, now, here we fucking go.
I'm trying not to overthink this. I asked him last night if he could understand how him specifically calling out the camera to her before she could even say anything else was very weird.
Yes.
He says he agrees and that it was weird for him to do, but he did it out of fear and that I would be upset or something. I'm feeling heartbroken and at a complete loss of words. The last time I had an experience even remotely like this was with my ex, who was in fact cheating on me at the time. And that's how it ends. Okay. So what do you think? Should she crash out? Like, is this a valid crash out?
Wait.
Or how should she approach it?
Okay. This is the worst story for me because I am an overthinker. So, like, the worst story
all these stories are going to be the worst stories.
I know. I'm an overthinker. And I love to spiral. The overthinking and spiraling part of me, maybe they do some harmless flirting. I'm not going to call him a cheater, but maybe there's a sense of harmless flirting that he does do that he thinks is okay and maybe his wife would not be okay with, but because it's not sexual, he feels like it's okay.
Yes.
I think sometimes that's a teetering line sometimes with men versus women, like very black and white as that.
Well, I ain't going to say it's men versus women. I think both.
Well, yeah, other way around too. Yeah, so okay, that's right. Sorry. I'll just say people. Yeah. Right? Sometimes the line is like, well, if I'm not fucking her, it's not a problem. And the other line of it is like, you're not fucking her, but you're like mentally stimulating her, whatever the case may be. So I feel like there may be something of that. From the new mom perspective, I definitely understand it. I can see why she's spiraling, especially because she said she looks good. He spends majority of his time at work, X, Y, and Z. So I definitely could see that. Girl, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I would feel really away.
My thing is like, it's just a simple fact. It's like the little things that like, you don't have any proof of anything, but like that was weird. Like, why would she just came out the door? She didn't even get 2 words out of her mouth, and you like already pointing out a camera.
Exactly. And then also,
I might crash out.
I know, right? Because why are you pointing at the camera? And also, too, I feel like it's the reassurance, right? She already told you she didn't like the girl, whatever. Let's say, for instance, nothing happened. Right. I truly do feel like it is his responsibility to babe, there's nothing going on. Please don't, like, he's supposed to make it so much so where she didn't have to write this. You know what I mean? And maybe she still would have written it, but it's his job to make her feel as comfortable as possible because she's in such a vulnerable mode right now. Yeah. And she's already vocalized
honestly, just come back in the house.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really weird, because this is sick. Oh, I'm gonna vomit. This is so sick.
I'm going to read some comments.
Okay, read some comments.
Okay, so one person says, let's all stop being the cool girl. Ooh. It's okay to have boundaries in relationships. Affairs can also be emotional and are painful. OP, if you're uncomfortable with the relationship and he is not prioritizing your feelings over this random coworkers, you have your answers. Also, I'm sorry, but I agree. It's very suspicious that he pointed to the camera.
They definitely think it's suspicious. I guess the thing is too, like, what does she want him to do? Because he can't quit his job. He can't get her fired. So, like, what does he want her to, what would it make her feel comfortable? Like, what would help the situation?
I feel like limited interactions. Like, this doesn't have to be your friend. You know, that's actually one thing that really kills me. You don't have to be this person's friend.
Yeah, you don't have to be this friend. Yes, I agree with that. Like, I agree with that. Yeah. Like, you
like, what is it? What is this person really bringing to you that, like, they need to be your friend?
You know, that's my sentence.
Comfort of your wife.
Right, yes. You know, that's my sentence. What a value is this person adding to your life that you have, that you need to do this? Like, there needs to be interaction. So I understand that. Damn. I feel like he messed it up. Because even if there's nothing happening, him pointing it out makes it seem so much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
suspicious.
Yeah, like so much more suspicious than it has to be. Suppose he was just
like you could have just carried on with your regular conversation. Yeah. Honestly, probably carrying on with your regular conversation would have did more good, because then your wife would have like been able to see that like this really just is my homie.
Exactly.
But the fact that you pointed it out leads me to believe that you are up to no good.
Also, too, like the pillow talking. You at home telling your wife about all the men that she messing with who are married to X, Y, and Z. So now she already and that's a problem too. Like she already has a stigma who this woman is.
Yes.
So like now you're doing that on top of the things that you pillow talk about. It don't make it no better.
Yeah.
Because maybe suppose like she's just like the hot woman at work. Fine. Yeah. If she didn't know all this business and all of the stuff, she wouldn't be like, well, my husband is next type of situation. Oh, this is so bad.
I feel bad because she is she's postpartum.
Yeah.
She's probably just not feeling that confident.
Exactly.
I do think it, like, I mean, I don't have kids, but I do think that it, like, it takes a minute to just, like, get back to yourself. You know, it's like, get back to feeling like I just went through some traumatic shit and, like, I need to get myself together.
No lie. I remember when I was pregnant, right? I felt cute 50% of my pregnancy. It was the last 3 months I was like downhill, right? After I had the kid, I didn't understand how much out of my body I felt until now that I feel like I'm back in my body, like as of maybe last November, October. No, not even that. Maybe like last August, I started to feel better. I realized how much out of my body I was. Mm-hmm. It is such a different experience, like, and you don't see it until you're out of it. You know what I mean? And like, it is like little things too. It's like, this is stretched out a little bit more. This look a little bit different. I feel like it's such a weird experience, especially when you've been one way all your life. So that's why I feel for her too. So I'm like, I'll defend him and say maybe nothing's going on.
Yeah.
And maybe he just like was trying to be extra cautious, not realizing what was happening. And maybe the girl does touch him and she tells him don't do that. Like maybe he puts the foot down.
Yeah.
And maybe he didn't even want to open that up. But the fact that she feels so weird is like, ugh.
And I don't know. I want to give bro the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
because like it's the appropriate thing to do, I feel like. But also like, I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
I don't understand what would have...
What would have made you do that?
Yeah. Like, what was you trying to get ahead of?
Yes, exactly. Which makes me think that there is some shame. I'm going to say harmless because we don't know. But I think there is something harmless happening there that he possibly was trying to not get on camera.
Side note, people be going to work and living completely different lives. Like, the workplace is insane.
So, sidebar, I went to drinks with my coworkers recently, and this is like the first time we like just let loose and had like a real coworker time. Mm-hmm. And I loved my coworkers before we went to happy hour, but after yesterday, I loved them a little bit more because I realized how much more relatable we are. And I realized like once you work through those doors, you have to be like, there is like there's less of a
wall.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially when we work for big companies. Yes. It's like big
corporate companies.
Yeah.
Button up.
I didn't realize
but sometimes
that.
They be getting crazy.
Yeah, they be wild. They be getting
like shout them after work parties. I was like, oh, okay.
You be like, all right, y'all wildin'. Trust me, I've heard some working in fashion. I've heard some crazy stuff.
2 drinks maximum, okay, y'all? Put this on record.
1 drink.
Yeah, you need to.
Because some people can't drink.
Have your first drink and then babysit your second one.
Yes, and add water to the second one to dilute it up.
Water. Like, let's keep it cute. Okay, so this one has an update.
Ooh, uh-oh. Oh, it's the first time we had an update.
I know.
I like this one. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so update. First and foremost, this blew up far beyond what I ever fathomed it would.
Yes,
which I think is always crazy because people be putting stuff on Reddit and then I think they don't realize how much like traction it gets. Mm-hmm. Not that it helps that like people like us or something.
Reading it, right? They're like, I never knew my life would be on a podcast.
Like, girl.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so we're going to blow it up just a little bit more. Sorry, sis. Thank you all so much for the insight and comments. This is probably not the update that most of you want, but it's the truth and it's all I have to offer.
Oh, God.
My husband and I discussed that I felt the need for him to put boundaries in place. He was apologetic about the camera thing, but stated that he just felt anxious and felt the need to point the camera out because he knows I've been uncomfortable previously and was trying to do damage control of sorts.
Okay.
He had a conversation with her yesterday where she was shocked to hear that I felt this way about her. She had sent him a wall of text last night where he handed me his phone so I could read. Essentially, she said she felt sick over everything and that she has made me feel this way, and that she agrees that boundaries are wise for us if this is how I'm feeling. She asked if she could message me, and I told him that it was okay to me. I start therapy. Because, girl, what?
Hold on. I'm gonna be quiet. Yeah, I'll be quiet.
I start therapy on Saturday.
I'm gonna be quiet because I'm perturbed.
Like, who they playing?
I'm perturbed. This is like a Lifetime movie at this point, and now I'm pissed because now he fucking her. He fucking her.
This ain't right.
He fucking her, and now I'm tired. And where they live? Because I'm gonna come see him. He fucking her.
Damn, my girl finna be boo boo the fool. Like she really falling for this.
I cannot believe that. He should have kept it cute and quiet, and now would have made it blow. You had cannot text her. Oh my God, he gave her money too.
She sent me a walk. Can I tell y'all a story? It's embarrassing. I'm like, we might have to cut this out. Ooh. Okay. I'm saying this because she sent him, the girl, Jess, sent the husband a wall of text messages, basically saying like, oh my God, I'm so sorry she feels this way. There's nothing going on between us. I would never want her to feel uncomfortable, so that he can put it in front of her face and be like, say, see here, like, there's nothing going on between us. That's crazy. Which leads me down this unnecessary story that I need to tell y'all about this was when I was way younger in high school.
Okay.
So you keep that in mind. Perspective is I was in high school and it's got to be some mess because I was in high school.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, I was dating this guy and I remember it was one of those high school relationships where like it was always some mess back and forth.
That's what high school
breaking up.
Yeah.
He dating
I hate
people.
you. I love you. Yes.
Girl, one night he goes on a walk with one of my cousins and he accidentally butt dials me. And the entire walk, he's basically like talking about how much he loved me and he'll do anything for me. Of course, my dumb ass fell for it because like, what?
It's in the stars and it's aligning.
It was like, oh my God, he didn't mean to butt down.
Oh my God.
He's saying all these nice things about me. And then I fell for it. We was together for a long time. That's the point is, sis, don't fall for this shit.
Yeah.
This is some shit.
This is a Lifetime movie. They fucking. He giving her money too on the side. That's why she feel like this. And that's his work wife.
Got to be.
Yeah, that's his work wife. And he at work venting to that woman about his real wife's problems.
Yeah,
and
like,
that's the problem.
Yeah. How convenient. I'm sorry, sis.
She said, can she message her?
Can she message her? And she said, and this girl's like, I told her it was okay to message me. Like, girl, be for real.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
So she says, I'm drowning in postpartum anxiety and depression. My self-image and self-worth are ruined. My husband has reassured me that he is not being unfaithful. Call me crazy, but I do believe him. Not sure if I have another update, but this is where we've landed. Love to offer you taking the time to respond to this. So she's going to go to therapy, but hopefully her therapist get her to see like, girl...
No, because I feel like the therapist is gonna be like, "How do you feel?" She can't directly say like, "Yeah," but like she needs some girlfriends. She needs some girlfriends.
Therapists never like give you the answer. They always kind of just like shepherd you through your own shit. So if sis is believing it,
she's already there.
Keep believing it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the update. Which she's
gonna be the laughing stock at a fucking Christmas party. They're gonna be like, oh my God, oh the public shame. Oh my God.
Embarrassing.
Oh, embarrassing.
I was like, that is...
And this is why, like, men deserve hell. Because that's crazy. Men deserve hell. Not my man, though. Every other man. Oh, my God, that poor woman.
Yeah, I don't know if I would trust... I feel like I would want to be the bigger person, but I just don't know if I could trust this.
But let me tell you something. Coming from, like, after having a kid... When things are so bad and you feel so out of yourself, you want so badly to believe it.
Kid or no kid, but sometimes you just need the delusion.
Exactly. The delusion, that's the right word. The delulu. And I feel like she is so badly like just trying to find herself that she is delulu.
Yeah.
And
like
she'll get out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. She needs to she'll be fine. But damn, fuck him.
Yeah, I can't believe I can't
punch him out.
I was like, ooh.
She need a girlfriend. She need to call me.
And if
you're hearing this, girl, call me. I got you. I got the info.
Yeah, love to sis, because I don't think that's going to end how she think it's going to end.
No, She'll be at her door. That's a Lifetime movie in the making.
Facts.
Oh. Hi, here's a brief intermission brought to you by the Hot Take Hotel Podcast.
Hey, guys. Thank you for all of the love and support. It has been really great. But we just need one more thing.
Please like, subscribe, comment. We need your feedback. If you're really loving a piece of the show, let us know. If you think we're crazy, let us know. Your feedback helps us make the episodes better.
Yes, and get in the comments. Like, if it's a hot take that you didn't agree with, put it in the comments on Spotify, on YouTube, across all the socials. There are areas where you can comment, so put them in the comments.
And make sure you check back every Thursday for a new episode of Hot Take Hotel Podcast, where we're bringing you the drama and the juice. Bye. Now back to the show.
Okay. Next story. So this story is coming from r/relationship advice.
Ooh,
no underscore. I, 26 female, feel like my girlfriend, 31 female, is trying to hide me on social media.
Okay.
My girlfriend and I have been together for 3.5 years.
Okay.
We've been through a lot together, and we have the most loving and supportive relationship I have ever been a part of. A few months ago, my girlfriend told me that she was going to download Tinder to try to find some friends.
Okay.
It struck me the wrong way because in my mind, Tinder is not for finding friends. But after a conversation with her and a lot of inner turmoil on my part, she went ahead and downloaded it. She tells me all the time that she's never on it, but I see notifications pop up from time to time, so I know it's still downloaded.
Okay.
I had mostly forgotten about it until a few weeks ago when I noticed that she had taken down a playlist from her Spotify called Wedding. We aren't engaged or headed in that direction for a few years probably, but I love that she had it up because I knew it was something that she wanted. I also noticed that someone else has liked a playlist or two of hers.
You can see that?
On Spotify.
I did not know that.
I asked her why she took it down, and she said that she probably accidentally set it to private. A few days ago, she was showing me something on Instagram, and I saw that she had taken the pictures of us down that she had posted over the 3 years that we have been together.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not big on social media, so I can't see what she does on there.
Okay.
I asked if she took all our pictures down, and she said that she took most of them down because we gained weight over the few years. And she did. I'm talking about excuses after excuses after excuses.
That's jokes. Okay, go ahead.
They quick on their feet, though.
They like that. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, she said we had gained weight over the last few years, and she didn't like the pictures anymore now that we were starting to lose weight.
Okay.
However, she wouldn't show me what she had kept up.
Why can't she? Her page must be. Why can't she? The girlfriend just see it.
I don't know. I guess she's not on social media.
Okay.
I can't help but feel like she's trying to hide me on her social media, but at the same time, I feel like she should be able to do whatever makes her feel comfortable. I'm coming to ask for some advice because I feel like I'm going crazy.
Okay.
I am pretty insecure and I have some deep-rooted issues, trust issues. I don't want to make her feel like she's doing something wrong if she's not, but I also can't help but feel like she doesn't want someone to know about me. Please help.
Ooh.
So once again, it's like,
do you spiral?
Could be something, could be nothing. Like,
I think the playlist thing's a little bit of a reach. Yeah. Like, I think that's a little bit of a reach. I think, I'm shocked I'm going to say this too. I think the social thing may be a reach. I think the most alarming thing is a Tinder thing. Tinder is not for friends. That's a sexting app. But the fact that she allowed sounds like such a bad word, but the fact that they agreed upon her downloading it, it's like very hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they did agree. I think she was basically saying like she didn't want her to, but after some like beef, it was just like, okay, girl, whatever, do what you want.
But that's agreement. Like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want something, you have to stand 10 toes down and be like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Do I think she's cheated? I've never been on Tinder. Can you link? Do you know if you could link your Instagram?
I've never been on Tinder.
I've never been on Tinder, so I don't know. I have to find it out. If you can link your Tinder, because I know on some apps you can link, like on Hinge, you can link your Instagram to your profile, which would then make sense if you do it on Tinder. Why she deleted the post? Because I would say, oh, maybe she doesn't want people to know she has a girlfriend or something.
But she looking for friends.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's a little bit more than that. I think this girl needs to go look at what the Tinder profile is saying.
I think we need to be effing for real because this girl is clearly
not into you anymore, or trying to test the waters.
Yeah, she's trying to see what's out there.
Trying to see what's out there. But you know what? This is a hot take, though. This is a very hot take. Why is that? I mean, I don't think I will spiral. This is my line. Is I'm just testing the waters right now. But is that in the beginning of a relationship or before you are reaching a pivotal point where it's like forever or never? Is it okay to do that?
You mean like, what you saying?
Okay, so not cheating, right? Yeah. Not like a cheating thing, but is it okay to just like take a second look at the world, at people to see like, is this okay that I'm gonna do this?
You know what? Like, I don't know, but what I was gonna say is, they call it like ring clarity or like ring anxiety. Like once you like propose and like like it's a real thing, yes, you just get a little bit nervous of like, oh shit,
I did this.
Yeah, like is this actually happening?
Yes.
Is this the person that I actually want to be with? Like, am I gonna be with them forever? And it doesn't make it really real.
I feel like from a woman's perspective, I think because women are always so okay, I'm gonna say women because I'm a woman. From a woman's perspective, we're so much all invested. Like, I love my man. Like, I'm gonna be with him forever. Like, before I could see the future, right? Fine. But I think for a man, sometimes it's a bit harder. You know what I mean? Because like, you go from this like independent bachelor life or however you want to do about life to then having to quote unquote settle down. It's like I can vaguely understand that concept. Sure. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And also too, going back to the story, even tapping into the first story with the woman, like the kid situation. I think sometimes a lot of times we put a lot of emphasis on like the postpartum depression of the woman and what she's going through, when it can be also the same thing for the man in a kind of way where it's like, the man's life has not, I don't think the man's life has changed just as drastically as a woman, but things have changed where it's like, are you tapping in and be like, I know I'm messed up, but are you okay too? I know I didn't do that, but I'm just saying, like, are we doing that too? Sometimes I think we have to like kind of see it from both sides. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my older, mature self. I'm so
For sure. Mature. I think, when you get a little,
you start seeing things a little bit differently.
Yeah, a little, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like a little bit of traction up under your life.
Yeah, you're like, it makes sense. But I do think that she is, she's trying to see what's out there. She's got
to be, like, she took down the wedding playlist.
Yeah.
She got on Tinder.
And Tinder's a red flag.
She took down the pictures of them
together
on social media.
But I will say this, so I do sometimes like to refresh my social sometimes, like hide stuff. But hiding photos of just them three, of just them two is where the line is like weird. It's like,
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the comments say she's looking for something better and will monkey wrench when she finds out.
Okay.
You were just a placeholder for now. Downloads Twitter to look for friends, ? How's your relationship on social media, ? She should just be your ex from this point.
She's not too wrong, though. She's not too wrong.
No, truly, like,
she's not too wrong.
You know the sad thing about it is sometimes, like, man, you be in love and you don't want to cut ties. Mm-hmm. It's so hard, but like, some stuff just be like staring you in the face. Like, you
need to leave.
Baby, this is over. Like, you gotta get out of there.
It's a delusion. Honestly, the name of the episode is Delulu. I think a lot of times when you want something to work so badly, you have to live in a sense of Delulu. That's in everything in life. I feel like when you want your job to work, you in a sense of Delulu. You want your relationship to work. You want your family to work. You want your friend. Anything in life. Like, you live in a sense of Delulu. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, there's an extra like little oomph of it where you're just like, it's never that bad. But then when you get out of it, you look back, you like, you was wildin'. This is crazy. Jesus. Oh, poor girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it sound like sis is probably somewhere creeping.
She creeping around.
Yeah, she definitely is. She's trying to like see what's out there.
Yeah.
And it's just come to a point where, it must not be working for her anymore.
Honestly, also too, like maybe it's time for this girl to put her foot down. To be like, hey, like, open communication.
Yeah.
Hey, you've done these things. And while they may not be a big deal to you, they are heightening my insecurities. Yeah. What can we do about that?
Or just ask her. Sometimes also, like, just ask her if she want to be with you. Because sometimes people be needing that out.
Yeah.
Like, when you ask them, like, yo, do you want to be with me? And then they be like, actually, no. I don't.
I got a lot of pride. And if I ever asked a man if he ever wanted to be with me and he said no, Lord have mercy on the cross. I would lose my shit. Oh, my God. Honestly, I would rather you break over me, say, like, this is not going to work out, for than me to actually you don't want to be with me.
And then you say no?
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, my God.
It'd be like that.
That's the sort of shit that start making you want to, like, burn down cars.
No, you know what?
And yeah.
But I feel like that's when you get your revenge, like your revenge tour, and you just be in your bag. Like, sometimes you need a little fuel. Like, you know what? Say less.
You know what they say? They say, like, sometimes the best breakups, like, make you go back to school, make you start businesses. You get your life together.
You get in the gym.
Yeah, you be in the gym.
Get healthy.
You start a new business. Good. You start going, you get a new job. You start getting new money. Like, it doesn't make you glow up a bit. Because, like,
for women, I think. I feel like, I don't know about guys. I feel like women.
Men be sulking.
Yeah.
Every man that I know in my life, when they have broken up, they sulk.
They like go out and they party hard for a little bit, but they burn out and then they just like...
They go home and cry in the corner and be like, yo, I miss her. Or I do this. So I agree. I feel like women know it's like, we got like a day or two where we like down and then we come back and be like, fuck these
You know what? Facts. Let me just get my bag.
Exactly. I love that for us. Go girls.
Did I read? Oh, yeah. I read comment.
Yeah.
Okay. The next story says, or is coming from r/am I overreacting?
Ooh, yes, you are.
Okay. Good. So, AIO, weird things keep happening to me, and my husband's reaction has me skeptical.
Okay. Tell us, girl.
The other night, I was putting my son to sleep, and my phone went off. I checked it, and it was a photo from a random number. It was a photo of two people kissing. Okay, whatever. I then looked harder, and there were a couple defining qualities of the male in the photo that reminded me of my husband. But I didn't recognize the woman. I finished getting our baby to bed and walked into the living room to show him. I asked him to clarify what I was looking at because I was still unsure. He confirmed it. It was him kissing his ex from almost 20 years ago. Ridiculous. I never responded because of how pathetic it seemed to me.
Wait.
No, so the photo was from 20 years ago.
Oh,
it was like it was like a younger version of her husband kissing his ex.
Okay, I started spiraling. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The spiral.
Go ahead.
Then, second, I was at our local tractor supply store getting some things for my animals and had to load things into the back of my truck. As I was walking out, I made eye contact with a short Hispanic man. As I was putting my belongings away, he approached me and tapped me on the shoulder. I whipped around and asked him what. He says, "Are you Ron's chick? ? Me, excuse me? Him, Ryan, last name? You're his chick, right? Me, I'm his wife. Him, thought so." And then turns and walks away.
See?
I didn't think too much of either of these things, but it just seems weird that little things happen, right?
Yes.
Well, when I told my husband about the pictures, he was pissed, rightfully.
Okay.
So he looks up the number and it's a burner. Surprise, surprise. So like the pictures came from a random burner account number, right? So no big deal. Well, now he is obsessed with finding out who sent it to the point where it's kind of annoying. I clearly don't care, and neither should he. He eventually calms down and lets it go, and then we didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
Then the second thing happened, and he really started to sweat about what it was and asked me a lot more questions about the picture and if anything else has happened since I was out or with or like without the kids. And which, to be honest, weird shit happens to me all the time, but it's never really concerning because, I just keep it going. So I feel like everyone's kind of overreacting. Specifically the man. Like she feels like her husband is kind of overreacting. But anytime I tell this story to people, they say that I'm underreacting and I need to investigate. What are your thoughts?
Investigate. Okay, first of all, the random photo is weird already.
Facts.
And I think I probably, if I was in a position, I could brush that off. Maybe I'll probably be in the back of my head, but not really too much. But the man approached me at Home Depot talking about you Ron's girl is crazy. And why do you know that? Why, like, what made you come up to me and say that?
Facts.
Also, I'm not the person that's like very much like if somebody is so worked up about it, they're mad about it. I don't truly, because I feel like I get worked up about stuff when I feel like my name is being tarnished. So I'm not a person that believes that. So he could be guilty or not guilty, but it's seeming very suspicious that all of this is happening. Like, girl.
But to me, it doesn't give like cheating. It gives something else because like
it gives something crazier.
This is weird.
Yeah,
like
it gives like baby on the side.
Or who is this man? Like the random Hispanic man who like walks up to you and taps you on the shoulder. Like, who is that?
It's giving is bigger than just like it's giving bigger than it's just like a one-time thing. It's like
is somebody after y'all?
Yeah.
Like, I think I would be freaking out.
Or maybe he has a debt with the mob.
Maybe he has a debt with the mob. But low key, I feel like this does sound like something out of a movie. Where like, somebody come up to you like, "Oh, you such and such girl, right?"
Yeah,
I thought so, and then walks away.
First of all, I don't even know what I would do in that. I would be like you said, I would be scared for my safety at that point because they know me. It? Yeah, like who is these people? They know me. Like, ooh, she's too calm.
Like for me, like
she's too calm. Yeah. If they know your face, they may know you where you live.
Right.
And a lot of stuff is very public, like record. Like
they know where you live. Yeah. They know where you work.
They know who your kids are. They know your husband, so they know like your movements. Because why he saw you at Home Depot?
I'm going to the police.
Oh, sidebar, the police can't do nothing. Let me tell you why. So, mad funny. This is a funny story. And maybe later in life, this is a funny ex story. So I was dating this guy, right? And we're really good, right? He was a very insecure man, very, very insecure. So from what I found out is I had asked him to get on my MacBook at one time in our relationship when I wasn't home. Mm-hmm. He went through my text messages, right? He read a bunch of bullshit. Whatever.
Baby, when you go looking,
you gonna find something.
Something's gonna be there.
So I used to date this guy before him, right? And at that time, the older guy I used to date it, hit me up and asked me about how I was doing, regular stuff that happens. It wasn't nothing sexual or anything, which it's regular. But I also still have all of my text messages from beginning of time. Like if me and you ever had a conversation, I got the messages from the first time we ever text. Okay. So long story short,
those people are weird, by the way.
I'm weird.
People who be sending text messages like,
I'm weird.
Please get rid of these damn text messages. Like, why are you holding on to text messages from?
My favorite pastime is reading me my old text messages. It's like, oh, I remember I said that. But it's so funny. My favorite pastime. No, I do it actually currently. Whatever. Okay, so fine. So one random day, we were in the house and I started getting these text messages from a random number. And I used to call the guy I dated before my boyfriend at the time, Grandpa, because he was an older guy. It was just a nickname me and my friends called him. And he was saying it was him.
Ooh. And he was saying Grandpa specifically, or the man's name?
He was saying Grandpa.
I'm screaming.
But I was so young and dumb that I'm thinking that the guy is like, I think it's him, the older guy, not realizing it's my boyfriend who was insecure bastard at this time.
Yeah.
And he's saying a bunch of stuff. He's like, oh, I'm going to put your pictures on the internet, whatever. He even went as far as making a fake Instagram page saying like Grandpa loves KB.
Oh, no, he's strange.
Swear to God. Made to say Grandpa loves KB and added all of my friends to it, like all my close friends. I think I was 2021. I think I was there in 2021. So terrified that we went to the police station.
I know that's right.
So, because I was like, he's gonna like, I was like, what the hell? Police, I guess this was like 10, 15 years ago. I'm not that old, but it was like 10, 15 years ago. And the cops were basically telling me that they couldn't help me because there was no laws over like social media at the time. Like he couldn't help me unless he actually like attacked me or like did something to me. And I was like, what about a restraining order? And they were like, you could get one, but we have to have proof that he's doing something. This doesn't show who it is. So yeah, that was that point.
Did you block him? Like, did you block the page?
So long story short, I found out it was my ex. It was
How'd you find out?
I forgot how I found it. I forgot how I found out. But I found out it was no, I'm lying. I do know how I found, because I didn't end up going through his phone. Maybe like a few months later.
Everybody was tripping.
Yeah, everybody was tripping. I wanted to go through his phone a few months later. And I found out he was like flirting with a girl, but I also found out that he was like in extreme debt, paying for trips for us on credit cards. And then I found out that he's the one who created the page because it was coming up. You know, you press down, you see it. I could see it. Yeah, girl, he was he's a wild buck.
Did you say something to him about it?
Yeah, I broke up with him. I couldn't deal with that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
he was
weird.
Like, oh, I forgot what he said to me, but he said something weird. Yeah, he's a weird man. Pray for him.
Okay, but so yeah, the comments. No, it's fine. The comment says, do you have any reason to believe that your husband is now or ever has been involved in some sketchy shit? This feels like blackmail kind of stuff.
Yes.
And someone else says, I don't see anything significant about the photo as far as cheating, unless it's with his ex.
No, you gotta be worried about that man. The photos, at least of your word. Yeah. It's that man.
Because it's an old ass picture.
Yeah, it's an old ass picture. I feel like that picture just like, the picture probably was just the proof of whoever's blackmailing him to show like I could reach your wife. That's what that was. And that's the mob.
I need the husband to do something more. I need the husband to do something more. Like,
that's the Italian mob, y'all. More.
Okay, we got an update.
Ooh, I like the update ones. We should do this more often. I like the update ones. Go ahead.
Sometimes they're hard to find. People be like, they don't be giving updates, but we got an update. Okay. So she says, I've never done this before, so I don't know if I'm supposed to comment this or update it, but here goes. Cut that out. I unfortunately can't share everything, as let's say it's all together. It's an active investigation. But let me say first off, it's bad. But we are safe.
Girl. She can't give us a little bit more. That's what she said?
I'm going to read it. Okay,
go.
So, first off, we are all wrong. It actually doesn't have anything to do with my husband. It's me. There has apparently been, unbeknownst to me, a man that I have caught the eye of, quite aggressively, might I add. He attends our church, the same one I've been attending since birth. I've known him for a long time. No issues. He's a creep, but we know that, so we stay away. My husband has noticed and the looks and things, and he's warned me to keep my distance. I have, and thought that was the end of it. It wasn't.
Oh my God.
So apparently this was a ploy to scare me into leaving my husband. ? I'm not sure. But he had this plan written out in detail on the library computer that my PI found.
Wait, how old is he? Is number one? He isn't that old.
This man is at the library.
This is a Lifetime show. Okay.
Are we be for real? So she goes, I seriously didn't pay him enough. The PI.
Yes.
He turned everything into the authorities and we're working on taking legal action. I haven't read the document in its entirety. It's about 16 pages. I've gotten a summary and that was enough to let me know I never want to read it. There have been other things with him specifically, but now that I know he was the one connected to it, it's all linking up. It took me a while to put all the puzzles together, but now that I have it, it's so relieving. I know what the threat is, and we are taking action. To your point, my information, phone number, and address are all in our church directory.
Mm-hmm. Told you.
So not only does he have my number, he has my address as well. And this is important because of things that have happened specifically at my home when my husband and I are being intimate. She goes, we live in the country, so we don't have blinds or curtains. Anyways, hopefully when this gets resolved, I can update about that because at this point, this is all alleged. But thank you all for the support.
Oh my God. The name of this episode is Lifetime or Real Life because, girl.
I like that.
Oh my
Lifetime
God.
or Real Life.
No, the sound. Oh my God.
Yeah, facts.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, damn. I thought it was the man. It was her. But it leads to a man. So, like I said, men deserve help sometimes.
Quite literally. She was being stalked by somebody at her church.
And you know what?
I want to know
that's a little disheartening.
No, yeah. Who was the Mexican man?
Who was the Mexican man?
That he got to come up to you at the store.
How much did he pay him to do that? He probably told him.
He probably just slid him a cool little 20. And
yes, I'll buy with you whatever you want to hear. I'll buy with you. I'll buy your cart. Just do this for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy that people can
be obsessive,
obsessed like that, and stalk and go to the links to
try to make you break up with divorce your husband. And no, the domestic part of it is to divorce your husband to think that then you have a chance with I have a chance.
I was coming to find you after the fact,
sir. That is so creepy.
I thought that was crazy. That one really was oh.
And the problem is though, it's all alleged too. So that's a part. And I think that is the problem with laws and things. You can't accuse until you have facts. And yeah, they found it on the library computer, but that computer is utilized by so many people that you can't say it is person. And I don't think libraries have unique logins to people.
No, they do.
To your library card? Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's different. I didn't know they do. Okay.
Well, I used to back in the day. I don't know. I haven't
been in a library computer in at least 25 years.
You have to log in with your own information to you
get to the page. Okay, so if they do, then that's a little bit easier because you can say that he did it.
Yeah.
But damn, that was spicy. I want to hear more.
That's her story, girl. We'll see if she ever give us another update. I'll keep looking to see.
She is the Lulu.
Yeah.
The delusion?
The delusion of it all.
We checking out?
Checking out. We'll do a hot take.
We do some hot takes. You want me to go first or you go first?
I don't have a hot take.
Oh. Okay, what's my hot take today? I do my hot take based on the video. I'll do my hot take based on these because I've been watching the show. People in stalking and delusion. Oh my God. So there's a show on ID channel, but it's on Max now. And it's called Hollywood Demons, right? Mm-hmm. And there's an episode within there that talks about how people stalk celebrities, but on a massive level.
Yeah.
And Ashanti had a stalker, right? Which her stalker was kind of crazy, but the Miley Cyrus one is even crazier. Guy was all his life was a weirdo. Was doing weirdo shit. His sister knew he was a weirdo. His family knew he was a weirdo. He finally moved to the house when he was 20-something years old. He got his own house. And they thought that finally he was going to become not a weirdo. He's been out of the house for a year. And then he's called his sister weekly. They chat and whatever. And he tells his sister, oh my God, I found a girlfriend one week. He tells his sister. She's just oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Can I meet her? He's yeah, sure. We're still new, but I won't really let you know who she is yet. She's just totally fine. When you feel comfortable, meet him. The day he says about 3 months later, the sister, the brother calls the sister and says hey, can I get mom's ring? And it's just like, for what? And she's like, you know, like me and this girl have really been serious together and I really want to propose to her. So she's like, okay, oh my God. But second, can I meet her first before we take this step? And second, like mom's ring is really precious. So like, can we like really like truly, if you want to be with her, be with her. Yeah. So she's like, yes, for sure. The sister hangs up the phone. Sister's like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. So make a long story short, whatever.
In a hot take.
The guy was chatting with a bot who happened to be Miley Cyrus, like a fan page. And he thought he was talking to the real Miley Cyrus. Oh my God. And he was gonna propose to Miley Cyrus. And he went to the state of like going to shows and like going to concerts, so much so that he had to go to jail.
Damn. But he was actually he was talking to a bot. So he kind of got tricked himself.
Yes. But apparently they said the messages were very vanilla. It wasn't like much like then. It was like, thanks for listening to my song. Right. But in actuality, he was like, she loves me. And I listened like that. So my hot take, which comes back around, is that delusion is crazy. And you could really create your own reality. Yes. Yeah. And if you could, whatever you make up with that reality is what it is.
But about realities though, sometimes it really be fun. Like you ever just like be in your head, just like making up a whole life.
It'd be so fun. The rebrand at 2 a.m. on Pinterest or like on TikTok is so much fun.
Or like I'm gonna go to this place and I'm gonna meet this person and I'm gonna say this. Oh my! Like, what are you talking about?
Or even the fact of like when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna do this, and he gonna say this to me, and I'm gonna say this back. Oh, like the delusion is so much fun.
I can see how it's a very thin line between
delusion,
sanity, and insanity.
Yes. And I think I'm right in the middle of it because I know
I think we are all teetering on the line of sanity and
just depending what day it is and how many drinks I have for the day. Because like I could be right insane. Like, yeah, I'm pretty crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna fun with that.
Okay. My hot take is based off the stories, kind of. My hot take is I feel like if you suspect your partner of cheating, I feel like you should just be delusional and assume that they are not. Like I feel like just like live in peace
until you can't.
Until it comes to light. Like I feel like everything gonna come to light. Like why even stress yourself out
until
trying to figure out if somebody's cheating on you? And just roll with it. Like if life is good and you're actually happy, just keep being happy.
I'm not gonna fight you on that one. I think that's absolutely right.
Like just, you know what?
I'm not gonna fight you on that.
Because I feel like you do so much more damage being stressed out.
And then possibly being wrong too.
And it's only affecting you. Like you're the only person who worked up in the middle of the night, can't eat, can't sleep, like
crying for no reason. Like especially if it's not real. Like
like you just don't know. I feel like it really is hard to like really get to the bottom, unless you're some kind of FBI agent, which like a lot of girls are. But like, if you feel like somebody cheating on you, like just
let it be
in delusion and be happy and like live life until you got concrete proof, until it comes to life. Because either they gonna quit cheating, you gonna find out they cheating, or they gonna break up with you.
Yeah, either one of the three. Yeah.
So regardless,
you know what? I like that. I like that.
That's my hot take.
Live in the delulu until you can't live in it no more. Yeah, because you mess up. You know what? That is
like life is life. Like life is like you know what I mean. In all situations, like even outside, like things that you cannot control. It's just like you can't control this. So just
let it go.
Live your life.
Yeah,
and like whatever is supposed to happen throughout the course of it is what will happen.
I feel like too. Like I'm trying to do that in life. Like you only can control this. Like I can only control the way I walk and this. I can't control the car coming. I can't control this and this and this. So like worry about you. Yeah. And then everything else is gonna happen because it's gonna happen regardless. Like I've learned that things are gonna happen regardless.
And I'm just thinking about like all the time that I spent just like trying to be, you know, like going through somebody's phone or like
inspect a gadget or even to like trying to make somebody
look at somebody's Instagram followers. It's like
you look
like too much. Like you. The only person who is worked up is you.
Because they still cheating and chilling. The girl don't know. Maybe she don't know. She chilling and cheating. You know what I mean? And you the only one being sad about it. It's like
you're the only person who out here losing your damn hair.
Yeah. You know what? I like that.
They might not agree with me.
They're gonna eat you up for that one. They're gonna eat you up for that one. They are gonna eat you up for that one.
Like, bitch, what?
Yeah. until it gets, but I feel like that's a sense of maturity though. Like I think once you get older in life, like you see life in so many different ways.
I'm not saying be okay with being cheated on.
No, I'm just
saying like
don't jump to conclusions until you know.
Like if you don't got no proof, you don't know what's happening. Just be happy.
Like I have intuition. No, like you need some more. You need something else other than intuition. Like
unless you're gonna stand on intuition and get up out of there. But like using intuition to try to figure out if they cheating is pointless.
Yeah. Also, too, hot take and we can cut. If you're not going to leave everybody out of it. I feel like you get so worked up about like, get your friends involved in this, and then you stay. And then you want your friends to be like, still team y'all. So it's just like, if you gonna let him cheat and you know you're not gonna leave him, let him cheat in private and you go about your day. Because obviously you happy about something. So stay happy.
Just stay happy.
You're right. I like that. I love that one.
Okay, that's our episode. We will be back here.
So guys, we back here next Tuesday. I don't know why I did all of that.
And we come out on Thursday.
Oh, we come out. We'll be back next Thursday. Y'all, I'm so tired. Okay.